This actually did happen to a real person, and the real person is me. I'd gone to catch a train. This was December in 2018 in LA. I was about 20 minutes early. I'd got the time of the train wrong. I suppose it's at least equally possible that Amtrak had got the time of the train wrong. Hadn't occurred to me before.
Get on with it.
So I bought a newspaper to do the crossword and went to the buffet to get a coffee.
You do the crossword?
Oh, yeah.
Well, which one?
The Sun usually.
Nah, that's too cute. I usually go for the Times. Did you solve it?
What?
The crossword.
Oh, no, I haven't had a chance to look at it yet. I'm still buying the coffee.
Alright then, buy the coffee.
I'm buying it. I am also buying some cookies.
What sort?
Oreos.
Good choice.
I like them. Laden with all these new possessions, I go and sit at a table. And don't ask me what the table was like, because this was some time ago and I can't remember. It was probably round. So let me give you the layout. Me sitting at the table, on my left the newspaper, on my right the cup of coffee, in the middle of the table the packet of cookies.
I see it perfectly.
Well, what you don't see, because I'm describing it, is the man sitting at the table already. He's sitting there, opposite me.
What's he like?
Perfectly ordinary, a briefcase, business suit. He didn't look as if he were about to do anything weird.
I know the type. What'd he do?
He did this. He leaned across the table, picked up the packet of cookies, tore it open, took one out, and
What?
he ate it.
What?
He ate it.
What on earth did you do?
Well, in the circumstances, I did what any red-blooded American would do. I was compelled to simply ignore it.
What? Why?
Well, it's not exactly the sort of thing you're trained for, is it? I searched my soul and I discovered that there was nothing in my upbringing, experience, or even primal instincts to know how to deal with someone who has simply, quite calmly, right there in front of me, stolen one of my cookies.
I don't know what I would have done either. So what happened?
I stared furiously at the crossword and couldn't do a single clue. So I took a sip of my coffee, but it was too hot to drink. There's nothing for it. I braced myself. I took a cookie, trying very hard not to notice the packet was already mysteriously open.
But you're fighting back, taking a tough line.
After my fashion, yeah. I ate it. I ate it deliberately and visibly, sweetie. I have no doubt as to what I was doing. When I ate a cookie, it stays eaten.
So what did he do?
He took another one. Honestly, this is exactly what happened. He took a cookie, he ate it. Clear as daylight, certain as we're sitting here on the couch. And having not said anything the first time, it was somehow even more difficult to broach the subject the second time around. I mean, what do you say? Oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't help noticing, No, I ignored it with, if anything, even more vigor than previously.
My man.
I stared at the crossword again, still couldn't budge a bit of it. So, showing some of the spirit that Henry V did on St. Crispin's Day,
What?
I went into the breach again. I took another cookie, and for an instant, our eyes met.
Like this?
No, not quite like that. But they met, just for an instant, and we both looked away. But I'm here to tell you that there was a little electricity in the air. There was a little tension building up over the table at about this time.
I can imagine.
We went through the whole packet like this. Me, him, me.
The whole packet?
Well, it was only 8 cookies, but it was a lifetime of cookies that we were going through at this point. Gladiators would have had a harder time.
Gladiators would have had to do it in the sun. More physically grueling.
There is that. So, when the empty packet was lying dead between us, the man at last got up, having done his worst, and left. I heaved a sigh of relief, of course, and as it happened, my train was announced a moment or two later, so I finished my coffee, stood up, picked up the newspaper, and underneath the newspaper
Yes?
were my cookies.
What? What?
True.
No!